In the last lecture, we discussed about the classification basics. Today, I'm going to discuss about the biological levels of the organization and the biodiversity definition as well. So moving forward, please download the Science Exotic app from the Google Play Store. If you want to download the study notes of the same, we also provide education tutor services for the biological subjects such as microbiology, zoology, botany, biotechnology, etc. So moving forward, living organisms, as we discussed in the last lecture, are classified mainly to avoid confusion, to make study of organism easy, and learn how various organisms are related to each other. And scientists classifies the various living organisms into different systems. So uh, moving forward with the biological levels of the organization, there are various layers of organizations in living organisms. By the association of atoms, a molecule is funneled. A molecule unite to form a macromolecules, and such macromolecules forms membranes, and membranous organelles are further constituted. And by compilation of the organelles, cell is formed, and a group of cell forms a tissues, and by tissues organs and organ systems are organized. So as a result the body structure is formed. The organism who have such type of body is recognized a species, and this species constitute a population, and populations of different species who live within the same habitat form a biotic community. So this is basic levels of the biological levels of the organization, starting with the subatomic particles, atoms, molecules, organelles, cells, tissue. Organ system is formed, and organisms is a whole organism genus where same type of species are present, population, community, ecosystem, biomes, and finally biosphere. So what are the basic systems here? Okay, so the area given here which indicates the microscopic ones, which we can see only with the help of microscopes. Yes, some are there, okay, which are also visible to our naked eyes, and the rest of them are basically the conceptual works, such as population. The population is simply the number of organisms of the same species. Community, where different populations of different organisms are present. Biomes, with a particular set of conditions. Ecosystems, where biotic and abiotic, where interactions occur, and biosphere as a whole. Okay, so starting with the subatomic particles, very small particles, and finally moving forward with an atom. So what is an atom? Okay, it is a smallest level of organization, living or non-living. Okay, example is an, for example, hydrogen atom. Okay, moving forward with the molecules, atoms that bond together are called molecules. Example, water. Various other molecules are also there, such as carbohydrates, proteins, etc. Organelles, okay, they are the parts of the cell, such as mitochondria, nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, etc., etc. Depending on the type of organism, different types of organelles are formed, and these organelles make up a whole cell. So cells are basically the basic units of life. Okay, example, animals and plant cells, and these cells make up tissues. Okay, the where cells that work together with a similar function, and these tissues make up organ systems or organs, a group of tissues that work together for a specific purpose, and these organ systems make up a whole organism. So organisms are living creatures, example, animal, plants, microbes, etc. And now next term is basically genus, where a class of items such as group of animals or plants with a similar traits or qualities, or you can say features. Okay, and population is just a number of similar organisms that basically live in a same area. And community, different populations that make up the same area. Example, elephant, zebra, grasses, different types of grasses, different types of trees, fungi, bacteria. For example, assume a place around you, okay, and mark the different types of animals, flora around you also, okay, and as well as try to find out what are the different abiotic components also. Okay, so next comes the ecosystem, where all living and non-living components of an area interact with each other, biotic as well as abiotic ones. Biomes, okay, biomes are basically distinct biological communities that are formed in response to a physical climate. So some may have a confusion of what is basically difference between a biome and an ecosystem. A biome is a different form of an ecosystem in which a large land area, or you can say a water area with a distinct climate and plants and animal species exist. So basically the ecosystem is an interaction of living and non-living components in an environment. Okay, and there are about 5 major biomes: aquatic, grassland, forest, desert, and tundra. Okay, so moving towards the last, the main as a whole, which is basically a biosphere, which basically includes ground, air, water, and is characterized the region of the planet where organisms live. Okay, so next term is biodiversity. When you look around yourself, okay, you will see a very large variety of living organisms. Okay, very large variety of organisms. It may be plants which you grow in a pot, okay, or it may be various trees around you. It may be different types of birds such as sparrows, pigeons, crows, etc. Insects, variety of insects, okay, starting with cockroaches, okay, bees, etc., birds, okay, pets like cats, dogs, etc. So there are several organisms that you cannot see with your naked eyes also, but they are still around you. So microbes, bacteria, you cannot see which bacteria are particularly present in your area, okay, without the help of the particular instrumentation. So if you were to increase the area and make your observations in the range, and the variety of organism will also increase. So for example, if you visit a dense forest, you will find more number of organisms, okay, and probably see much greater and also different kinds of living organisms. This basically concept refers to a biodiversity, or the number and the types of organisms present on a earth, or you can say a particular area. So one should, I think, remember here that as we explore new areas, and even the old ones, the new organisms are continuously being identified, and there are about many thousand millions of species, different types of species already have been uh, studied and also been identified. And there are many microbes, plants, animals which habitat the biosphere. Okay, they basically show diversity among aspects like you can say volume, size, their lifestyle, mode of nutrition. Okay, so scientists, for their proper study purpose, establish a proper identification and classification system. Okay, and these microbes, it is thought that there are around 1.7 to 1.8 million species are identified till today, but still we have very limited amount of information. Okay, and finally, I would like to repeat again, please download the Science EduTech app if you want to download the study materials for your NEET exams also. Okay, thank you, and also subscribe my YouTube channel if you want to check out various other videos of class 12 as well as microbiology, biotechnology, and other biological subjects also. Thank you.